Feel like lucid be my dreams. Said you said he love me, so I'm sure you know the means. It's like I'm living all inside a movie in a dream. Sequels to my life entirely up to me. Slowly suffocating, do you notice how it feels? Baby, can you hold me while I'm running through the field? Like,
alright, let's start this shit up.
You just don't know. Giannis has won it out in Milwaukee since last year. That's it. How much he may have won it out was up in the air, but the nigga does not believe in the roster. And once it became to
Milwaukee's
the conclusion,
been ass,
didn't
bro.
know really what the fuck was going on. Once it came to the conclusion, the Bucks had to move off of Dame to free up the cap to get whatever else they wanted to. The ounce of optimism that Giannis had left evaporated. It did not matter that they got Miles Turner. It's the reason why it was cringe when Miles was running around talking about this is the team that wants me, because the Bucks effectively were just trying to pull off a Hail Mary pass to try to convince Giannis to staying, and that was their one and only.
The Bucks are done, bro. They're
After
done.
that, they then approached Giannis and asked him, hey, where are we at now? And Giannis' response was, I don't want to be here, because why would you get rid of Dame? They explained to him, he still doesn't really understand, as most NBA players don't really understand the nuances of how salary cap works. And then after the discussion, it then was concluded that he doesn't want to be there, and then they called the Knicks because that's the team that he said he wants to play for. And let's take it another step forward. Giannis wants to play with Brunson and Towns. That's it.
Karl Anthony Towns getting injured is the worst thing that could have happened for the fucking Bucks, because they literally get no value from that nigga. Nothing. Like, they can't trade him. Like, what did I say? I said Lillard, right? Lillard getting injured, my nigga, as soon as he fucking fucked up his Achilles, they can't trade him for nothing. They had to waive him, and they still have to pay him.
For a real on.
Bro, I just started the stream, bro. Anyways, bro. Okay, listen, bro. You have to sidetrack. Lillard fucking tore his Achilles. They can't get no value back for that nigga. Niggas are talking about, oh, the Bucks, they shouldn't have traded for Dame. They needed to. The team was ass. They were never a championship contender, like I said. I'm going to get into the rant again. I really want to chill. But, like, bro, they fucking traded for... Bro, when they won in 2021, my nigga, like, it was coming off the COVID season. They only played... Mind you, COVID, remember, shutdown, COVID bubble. 40 days after the bubble ended, the new season started, because they were already behind track because they stopped for 5 months. Fucking, they go into the fucking playoffs. All the teams play. Everyone got injured that year. The Lakers were like the fucking 7th seed, just coming off a chip because they were all injured. They play the fucking Suns. They play the Suns. They go up like 2-0, and then AD gets injured, and then they don't win another game. The next round, the fucking Suns go against the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray tore his Achilles early that season. They fucked them up. They go against the Clippers in the conference finals, and then Kawhi's out with a torn ACL. The Bucks, they're about to get their ass whooped by the fucking Nets. They're down 2-0. Then Harden and Kyrie get injured. Then they come back and still barely win in 7. And then they go to the conference finals against the Hawks. Go beat them. Go to the finals against the Suns and win. Bro, none of those teams had any business being in the finals, and none of those teams had any business being in the conference finals. Because, bro, to put it into perspective for you, did any of those teams that made... Everyone was injured because the season, they had about 30, 40 days to rest. Did any of those 4 teams, the Hawks, Clippers, the Suns, or the Bucks, ever make even the conference finals again after that? Did they even make it out the second round after that season? Fuck no, because they had no business being there in the first place. Everyone just got injured. See what I'm saying? So the Bucks go in there with this mentality like, we have a championship team. Let's keep running it back. Even though Brook Lopez is fucking aging. Even though fucking Chris Middleton is getting like injury prone. And even though Drew Holiday is also aging as well. So they don't feel no need to get no depth or trade anyone. Because they have the mentality of their championship team. The Suns are like, oh, we're this close. Let's just run it back next year. They go to next year, they get fucking stomped out by the Mavericks. The Hawks are like, we're good. We made the conference finals. In a couple years, we're going to be nice. We just need Trae Young and John Collins and whoever the fuck to develop more. Bullshit. They were never good. And then the Clippers like, that's why the Clippers are still on Kawhi dick. They're like, see, we're close. We just need Kawhi to be healthy. No, nigga, you guys were never supposed to be there. None of those teams made it out the second round after that season. So them trading for Dame wasn't a bad decision. I'm sorry I'm yapping so much, but them trading for Dame wasn't a bad decision. But them trading for Dame and not filling out the rest of the roster and replacing guys like Brook Lopez who are getting old and replacing guys like Chris Middleton who are injury prone is what fucked them. You know what I'm saying? And then when they get Dame, because remember, after all these 2 seasons after that chip, they lose in the first round as the 1 seed. Giannis got injured. They lose to the Heat, I think. So then they fire Mike Budenholzer. And they blame the fucking loss on him when it's not his fault.
How does this affect Joakim Noah's legacy?
Fuck Joakim. No, I'm playing. I actually fuck with Joakim Noah, but they blame all that shit on Mike Budenholzer and then fire him and then bring Adrian Griffin and then bring Damian Lillard. So you're bringing a new point guard, which is gonna be like a primary ball handler, into an offensive system that you're trying to integrate him into an offensive system that the original coach who made that offensive system and that defensive system that y'all play, he's not there anymore. So you're trying to integrate this nigga into a new system that the nigga who made it isn't there anymore to integrate him into it. So it's just a fuck up since then. Then they fucking fire that nigga and get Doc Rivers. They're fucked.
And he wants to play in a major market. That's it.
I'm sorry for the yab session, but holy fuck.
Nothing else. He wants to play in a major market and play with another great player. That is it. Now, is he willing to potentially punt on that idea? Because the only way in which they could potentially get the trade off is if the Knicks drop in a bunch of assets in pursuit of Giannis, one of which may be Towns in a 3-team trade. He may not want to do it, which is the reason why I keep telling you all about the Spurs trade, because Giannis has also been open to the idea of playing.
I'm telling you, New York is very unrealistic. I think I'm sorry to keep pausing. We're gonna get through it, but I think he's most likely gonna end up with the Spurs because the Knicks would have to give up like Towns and bare other niggas, and it doesn't make sense for the Milwaukee Bucks to even want to get Towns at this point. You're trying to rebuild. The Knicks don't have no picks. They gave up like 5 or 6 picks for Mikal Bridges. See what I'm saying? And all these other niggas. So it doesn't even make sense for him to go to the Knicks if the Bucks are trying to rebuild, which they obviously are. You're losing like a top 3 player in the world. So it would make sense for him to go to the Spurs. I'm the Bucks. Yo, Spurs, I need some picks, and I want to get like fucking Dylan Harper or Stephon Castle. See what I'm saying? One of those. Spurs makes the most sense.
With the Spurs,
I want to get back in my NBA bag. Gotta start watching. Yo, the NBA's been tough.
On the table as well.
Need
if
to.
they can get
Need
something
to.
monumental done, but he wants to play in a larger market. He can't play in LA. That is done. He's not going to play for the fucking Clippers because they suck.
I'm so
And the Lakers
excited
would
for
be
the
dumb
30-day
if they trade away
KMJ
7
stream
players to go get
challenge.
Giannis.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
Wait for the trailer.
Also,
Fucked up
the
my
Thunder
knee.
were on the table. I don't know where they're at right now, but the Thunder were on the table, but they won last year. If the Thunder did not win, J-Dub would have been a buck. That shit would have happened during the offseason. That would have been done. That's the reason why I keep making Giannis videos. That's the reason why in the Giannis videos I keep telling y'all about San Antonio. That is the reason why. That's why. Because from what I've known, that is what has been the ongoing dialogue for the last like 16 months now.
Giannis and
wants
Shea's
to win.
demonic,
He would
bro.
like to win in Milwaukee, but he can't because the team sucks now. And they exhausted all their options, and out of exhausting their options, it has resulted in a Miles Turner acquisition in the offseason that was really good, but not enough to move the needle. That shit is fucking cooked.
Thank you. Miles Turner, acquisition should have happened in like fucking 2022, nigga. Like you're way too late for that. Way too late for that.
Ain't no deep team, nigga. And also, let me just say this as well. Cause fuck it, we here. Shut the fuck up about OKC trades. I swear to God, bro. I don't think y'all really understand how close that is truly to be done. I don't think y'all really understand that was something that was
not
on the
happening
table
now.
if they did not win last year, like during the finals. I don't think y'all really understand how like genuinely close they would have been doing it.
Nigga, OKC, bro, niggas are saying that OKC might fuck around and be like, are like, not, they're probably not, obviously not, but they might get fucking close to the Warriors 73-9. There's no fucking point for them to do a trade right now. It doesn't even make sense.
Because Sam Presti was really on the brink of just crashing out because the nigga had never won a championship and he was willing to just pull whatever trigger needed to be done to put the talent on the roster. So let's be clear with that as well. Also, the Giannis news about him tweaking his calf, I'm not that concerned with it because it was an injury he dealt with not too long ago. He just needs to sit out for some games and he'll be fine. Hopefully.
Yo, Source, we have to do a stream, bro. It's been a minute, bro.
These Giannis trade packages. Y'all need to understand 3 things. A, the Bucks have no legitimate draft capital. I don't give a fuck what Casual says, anybody else. They have draft capital, but not capital of substance enough to go into a complete rebuild. 2, they also want young players. Not to say they don't have any young players at all, but they want to have young players.
Knicks aren't going to give them that. Yo, Source, we need to do like a Fortnite challenge. We don't get off till we win a game. Duels.
Fill out the rest of their rotation because
every 5 games we lose, we take a shot.
And Miles Turner and Kyle Kuzma, that shit is done. That is done. Ryan Rollins, AJ Green, for sure not being moved. KPJ, shout out to him. But those 2 for sure are going to stay, and they want to fill out the rest of the roster around those players. Which then means For 3, regardless of what team Giannis gets traded to, if they do not have young players and draft picks, they have to get a third team involved. Like, literally have to. The Knicks, they don't have much draft capital that's moving the needle, and they don't have any young players at all. And if he wants to play with Jalen Brunson and Towns, that means that OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, or Mikal Bridges are the only players that will be moved, all of which are older and on long contracts. Like, that's not an ideal team to be traded to, even if Giannis believes so. But Giannis just be saying shit. So, the only way to get Giannis to New York is if there's a third team involved that's willing to bring on OG, Hart, and or Mikal. Whoever that third team is has to be a team that has the ability to compete at a high level.
It doesn't make
while
sense.
also having young players to move in the process. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do it right now. Let's go ahead and just remove these teams out of the conversation right now as we...
I'm keeping it a stack, though. I think that a very realistic team that niggas have to watch out for is he could go to the Raptors. I'm keeping it 100.
This motherfucker so fat.
Oh my god. Yo, we need a deuce, bro. I'm gonna call you after this. I'm gonna call you after this. I have some ideas we need to do.
Comprehend what I'm saying. Okay, Detroit, no. Toronto, no. Let's also say this as well. Giannis might have been interested at one point going to Toronto, but now Masai is no longer there, so it's a no. Miami.
I have a fire idea. We need to do it,
What
bro.
I've heard, there's not been any interest from Giannis to play in Miami, in large part because I don't think that there's another player alongside him that he could play with that would make a lot of sense for him to play with that player. I think Bam and Giannis would actually be a very interesting duo, but if Giannis don't want to be there, then he doesn't want to be there. Also, Miami, they have a lot of really good players, but I don't think none of them are also moving the needle for the Bucks. But we'll keep Miami unbolded. New York there, Orlando's no, Cleveland is a no. I'm gonna tell you why Cleveland's a no. No one doesn't really fuck with Darius Garland like that in the league. They don't. It's not to say he's bad, but there's so many guards in the NBA. A lot of teams are convincing themselves.
Bro, see, all these trades are dumb because, like, why would you trade for Darius Garland? You need to rebuild. Fuck that. You would want Evan Mobley. They're not giving up Evan Mobley.
Get a player that's as good as...
Low key, the Cavs are, like, in desperation mode. The East is weak as fuck. The only real comp to them, if they had Giannis with Donovan Mitchell and Allen and all them niggas, would really be the Thunder.
DG, such as Ryan Rollins. I am not saying that Darius Garland and Ryan Rollins are on the same level. I am telling you what I have heard, that there's a lot of teams out there that believe that a guard caliber player to the degree of Darius Garland, you can just obtain that player. And then also, the only other player that will be moved is DG and Jared Allen. And Jared Allen on that team also doesn't make any sense. Atlanta, I'm going to leave that unbold for now. Boston is a no. Philly is a no because Philly's not moving off of VJ nor Jared McCain. Chicago wants AD from my understanding, so that's a no. Obviously Milwaukee, no. And all these other teams is a fuck no. OKC, just for shits and giggles, I'll leave them unbolded. Lakers is a no. The reason why the Lakers are a no is because the only player that they would have that would make sense to trade for Giannis that they might bite on would be Austin Reeves, but Austin is on an expiring contract, and it's not clear that he would sign long term. LeBron is
he's not going to LA, my nigga.
He's not going to go play in Milwaukee.
Bro, Lakers fans be like but every nigga they think you're not getting Giannis, my nigga. Like I know the Luka shit. That was some under the table shit. It's the same bro. I'm sorry, but every time the Lakers just get a nigga out of nowhere, like. Every time, like, even going back to Kareem, then you go to Shaq, then you go to Paul Gasol where they fucking finesse the Grizzlies. And then the teams, they get, like, a generational pick after. Like, even when you go to the fucking Pelicans when they traded for AD, right after that, the niggas get the one pick with Zion and shit. And then they, like, bro, so under the table shit,
and
bro.
If you were to find
under
the
table shit, bro,
it would have to be a 3-team trade. But the way in which
Celtics, another team that get fuckery like that. Like the Celtics, they get KG, then they get Ray Allen, then they drop, like, bro, I'm telling you.
Rosters are constructed now. Going out there and spending nearly $100 million on only 2 players is fucking ridiculous, and it's not going to work. So, no. Houston is a no, because they're not moving Amin or Şengün or any of them for anything. Keeping San Antonio unvoted. Denver, no. Minnesota, no. Phoenix, I heard a bunch of people saying Jalen Green.
Okay,
Similar things with DG.
I have an idea.
Guard play. That's not enough to move the needle. No. Golden State.
I have a fire idea for some like content shit. It'll be tough.
Kuminga's value is in the.
I'm gonna send you a voice memo.
No, Memphis.
You can see it in the morning.
Portland.
Because I have an appointment.
Utah,
with
no, and all these other teams are no because your small market teams are losing. That leaves you.
I don't say you black out Toronto here. I could really see Toronto like really getting this nigga, bro. Toronto could leverage some picks. It's gonna take a lot though. Like I could see them throwing quickly Barrett, Grady, Jacoby Watson, and like a fuck ton of picks. I don't think they're gonna want to move off Scotty, and I know that those niggas are gonna really try and push for Scotty. So that's the only reason why the Spurs might be the better option, because then you could get like a Stephon Castle or like a Dylan Harper. But the Spurs, knowing the Spurs, they're also probably going to try and leverage the fact that Giannis wants to leave and not want to give up either of them niggas. They try and give up a fuck ton of picks and SoCan and shit like that. You know, I could see the Spurs being like that.
Optimistically, with 5 teams that are available, 5. Miami, New York, Atlanta, OKC, San Antonio. Atlanta's package is Zachary Ricochet, and we just sat here and told you that Ricochet is not panning out to be the player that people thought that he was going to be. And also, Atlanta, they do have a lot of draft capital.
Bro, that draft, niggas thought that draft was ass.
Would rather wait to see what that draft capital is going to end up being, because now the way that the Pelicans are playing, there's a real likelihood that that draft pick could turn out to be at the top of the draft. And because all the rest of their players are so young, the timeline would make more sense to go after a top 3 draft pick, which they can do, while developing the rest of the players on their team. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to say this, but I love that Trae Young is being optimistic about what's going on in Atlanta, and I really do want to see Trae Young win and succeed in Atlanta as an Atlanta native, but that shit is about done too. That's why Atlanta is off the table. So at least 4 teams. Miami is a Hail Mary. Giannis wants to go to New York, but OKC and San Antonio are the 2 teams that actually have the draft capital and young players to get the job done. And if you are OKC and San Antonio with all the draft capital and the young players at your disposal, you are then asking yourselves, why the fuck am I going to help someone else get Giannis instead of him just coming on my team? Pause. So at the end of the day, bro, they hold you.
Yo, side note, Trae Young, I really think that the Magic should really push to try and trade for Trae Young.
Giannis situation,
gonna keep it on there.
There's really only 2 teams.
They have amazing defense, but they don't have their shooting is ass.
There's only 2 teams that have to be involved for Giannis to be traded. OKC and San Antonio damn near would have to be involved in these trade talks just so the young players and draft picks can get to where they need to, so Milwaukee isn't ass out. So unless Milwaukee is willing to just tank everything, unless they are willing to tank everything, it's done. And I'm gonna just say it, I don't want to see OKC, and I don't want to see New York, I don't want to see Miami, I want to see Giannis in San Antonio.
Wait, let me run back right here. It's most likely he'll end up in, if the Spurs want to, they could. It depends what they're gonna give up or if they're gonna be stingy or not. But I could see them trying to use it as leverage, like, nah, nigga. Hold up. I could see them trying to use it as leverage, like, nah, nigga, like, he already want to leave. Fuck that. We not giving you Dylan Harper or da da da. We'll give you like SoCan and some other young players and some picks, nigga. But we not giving up Harper or da da da. You know? Or they could be like, yo, if we pair that nigga with Wemby, it's over. I could see them being like, yo, if we pair that nigga with Wemby, it's over. That's like, this might be the better version of like Tim and David, because David Robinson was old as fuck and they still won. So you got Darren Fox. Oh my god, there might be a problem. Back to the Trae Young thing. If I'm the Cavs, I'm sorry to keep pausing, but if I'm the Cavs, Orlando, Miami, maybe even like Boston, I'm pushing full force, and like the Minnesota, I'm pushing full force to try, and Houston, I'm doing whatever I can to try and get Trae Young.
See OKC, and I don't want to see New York. I don't want to see Miami. I want to see Giannis in San Antonio. That's what I want. Yeah, I hear Raquel.
I think the Hawks have to move off of Trae Young at this point.
OKC.
I just don't understand what's the point of saying that Giannis should be in OKC. What's the point? Why do you even speak that in existence?
You know it's gonna happen. That's why you're gonna.
No, I don't.
Win.
No. What? They're right now in the middle of a 21-1 start. So I mean, they're in a position to do it, but they also don't really need to do it. And I think it's best suited for them to not do it as well.
How you been?
Because it does kind of fuck up their contract situation. Because right now they're in a contract situation to where everything is moving very swimmingly. Like J-Dub and Chet consistently don't play enough games for them to be on Supermax contracts. They already have the replacements for Hardenstein, Caruso, and Dort. They're older veterans. Like everything is on point right now. And on top of it, they have more draft capital coming down the pipeline. They're not in a situation to where they have to do it. I think the Spurs are in a very unique situation where Wemby, who also is not playing enough games to receive a Supermax contract, because
listen, the 65-game rule is such a big finesse. If I'm a fucking owner, yo, Raph with the fucking sub, what's good? Yo, Raph with the fucking sub, gang.
Not again.
Holy fuck, let's go, gang. Yo, what was I about to say? Yo, we have to do some shit for content. I was telling the source earlier, I have an idea we could do. What was I just saying? The 65-game rule is low-key fucking niggas up. Bro, oh, good, bro. I appreciate it, bro. the 65 game is low-key fucking people up because if I'm an owner, nigga, I'm having the medical staff tell this nigga, yo, I think you should sit out this game. There's some tenderness in your right knee. It could progress and upgrade to a higher grade and shit, so that these niggas cannot make the 65 games and I can keep not having to pay these niggas super maxes and big ass contracts because they're not making all NBA teams. Like Wemby's gonna get injured every year. That nigga might never ever make a fucking all, not ever, but like he might, bro. It might take him a long ass time to make all NBA team. Like back in the day when niggas were making 12 and 15 all NBA teams, nigga, they would some of these seasons they would play like 50 games and they still make it. Some days they play 48 and still make it. You know what I mean?
Not me.
So
the 65 game.
If I'm an owner, I'm Jay Will sit out. Chet, sit out.
Who makes a lot of money, but he's also not making super max money either. If you're on a team with those two players and they have the draft capital, and they're more than likely
Raph with the sub, I appreciate it, gang. Real nigga.
Or Harper, you're going to keep one of them at bare minimum. Mm-hmm. And you still have more draft capital as well. You put yourself in a situation to where instantly and immediately you are now competing to win a championship against a team in OKC that is already dominant. And not only do you do that, you really fuck the game up for everyone, because now it forces teams to play a certain type of way. You literally have to have two bigs on the floor the entire time. And both Giannis and Wemby, the way they play, it balances each other's out, especially on the defensive side of the floor, like amazingly. It would genuinely
it fucked the league.
That
it fucked the league.
Many people can build properly. That's why I have Giannis.
Like, I want you to know, like, at that point, Denver doesn't have a chance. Like, there's nothing Jokic is doing in that paint. Like, we seen Jokic struggle against the Timberwolves with Rudy and fucking Towns. I'm telling you, if this nigga has Giannis and fucking Wemby in the fucking paint, he's fucked.
Based on my knowledge, based on my information, that's it. But I also don't think that it's ruled out from him going to New York.
They'll fuck up the league.
I haven't heard anything about Miami.
You know, crazy.
The only thing that would stop that roster is injuries, literally.
That's getting so much attention. Ja camps would be, all right, who wants Ja? The whole league gonna look around and just
Nobody wants Ja.
No one
wants Ja. No one wants Zion. And there's little interest in LaMelo. The only team that has interest in LaMelo are the Clippers, and the Clippers are on the brink of blowing it up. The reason why not,
bro, I could see the Raptors trading for LaMelo and turning him into a demon gang.
Those
so locked in, man.
He's in the middle of his extension, meaning that
this nigga get butterflies in his stomach when you talk about the NBA.
Injury problems is a problem as well. His overall play is a problem, but there are teams that are desperate enough to try to get LaMelo.
No, bro, I'm telling you, a team like the Raptors who have fucking like developed so much talent, like, bro, Fred VanVleet undrafted, OG like a late 23rd pick, Pascal a 27th pick, Norman Powell 2nd round pick, Fred VanVleet was undrafted, fucking Larry late 1st rounder. They developed niggas so well. I think if he goes to Toronto and with their medical staff, bro, you seen how Kawhi was there, you seen how Kyle Lowry, niggas don't really get injured over there. They have a great medical staff. It's free healthcare in Canada, nigga. I could see the Raptors getting this nigga LaMelo, teaching him how to play winning basketball, and putting him in a winning system with a team that has a good structure, and he could win. Bro, you have to give him some slack. He's on the fucking Hornets. There's no structure there, no veteran leadership, and they're pretty much just throwing him on the court and say, shoot, nigga. Weak medical staff, nigga. Like, how is he supposed to play? He doesn't play with no structure. Like, if he was on the Warriors, he'd play with way more structure because he's in a winning environment. He hasn't played on a team like that. In a structured team. Niggas on the fucking corners were going to jail and sipping lean and shit. And smoking joints on live, all type of shit.
But the problem
I can see LaMelo
blossom in the middle of his rookie extension. There's a lot of belief that LaMelo was going to leave Charlotte anyway and go to a big market. That is a belief. That he's just playing the rest of his extension, and after that, he was going to leave regardless. And so whatever team goes after LaMelo needs to be certain that that will be a team that he will sign for long term. Which is why, behind the scenes, the conversation is there's really only two teams, and those two teams being either the Knicks or the Clippers.
Every nigga want to go to the Knicks.
Not Knicks, I'm sorry, Nets. I said Knicks.
Oh, Nets.
Those are the only two major market teams.
The Nets is fucking
are interested in can present themselves are the Nets and Clippers. And the Clippers right now are playing themselves in a situation to where it will make a lot of sense for him to go to the Clippers. He's a hometown team, an organization that is so desperate right now because they have no one on their roster that's 25 and under that they can really build around.
Bro, the Clippers are fucked. Y'all need to blow that shit up, bro.
It makes the most sense. The problem right now that's going on with this whole Bucks situation is that Milwaukee's in a situation to where they have to receive something of substance. That's the reason why there's no way that they're swapping Towns. Towns would not be in the trade to go to Milwaukee. Towns would be on the team. They're not trading for Karl Anthony Towns. And they also don't have any young players on that team that Milwaukee would be interested in because Milwaukee has no more picks. This is the reason why I keep saying that it's almost impossible for the Spurs not to be involved in any of these conversations at bare minimum, because they are one of the very few teams in the NBA that
have
can compete
assets
at a high level, but also has disposable young players and also draft picks. Fuck. Okay, OKC does as well, but I'm trying
I was about to say that.
I don't know why y'all niggas just wanted to put that.
OKC do, but they're not gonna fuck up what they got. Niggas is saying they might fucking win 70 games.
Like, I don't know. Y'all just gotta shut the fuck up.
Bro, it's a heavy possibility.
Okay, fuck. I'm off myself. Fuck it, bro. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all niggas want OKC to be better so bad. Like, holy fuck. Y'all niggas never pray for this for my Lakers team. Fuck, bro. I'll never hear a nigga say, "Oh shit, this nigga didn't go to the Lake, bro." Unless
I mean, my nigga, you just got Luka.
All right, but you didn't believe that shit anyway, my nigga. Fuck.
You didn't either.
Okay.
You're crashing
Damn, nigga, we not beating the full fucking league by 20, nigga. God damn.
They didn't beat us by 20. They beat us by 12.
All right, you got it. They'll beat you by 30. They'll beat you by 30, nigga, with Giannis on that team. Stop, bro. Fucking stop, bro. Please stop. Anyway, outside of San Antonio and I guess the Thunder, there really are not. There's no other teams in the NBA that are competing at a high level that have disposable young players that they're willing to move. I hear some people say Houston with a min. They're not moving a min. Nobody doesn't want Kuminga or B-Pods. No one doesn't want those players.
And Kuminga on another team, I think, would be way better than how he looks on the Warriors.
That's great. The nigga's still not.
And
as
we got
good.
picks.
He's still not as good as a. And the Spurs have better picks.
Yeah,
no,
you're not gonna
a Dallas pick and a Kings pick. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And a Hawks pick and a Boston pick.
Just listen.
What are you
the picks
talking
that we're going to be giving them is when we're going to be so fucking garbage that it's damn near top 5, like just guaranteed, bro.
But if y'all get Giannis, y'all can't trade like 8 years down the road.
Yeah.
If you still have Giannis on your team,
the team that can offer the best package for Giannis is the Spurs. That's just what it is. The Thunder could too, but they're not going to. So it's just the Spurs. And if the Spurs say fuck it, I could see the Spurs saying just going all in because they have Wemby already. You know, like
we're gonna trade picks like 3 years down. Yeah, but we'll be like a mid playoff.
It doesn't matter. KB, they have a Kings pick that we all know they're not making the playoffs. They have a Dallas pick. We all know that team after this year is going to be fucking trash because they're about to blow it up as well. And on top of that, they have a Hawks pick and a Boston pick. They have better picks.
There's one pick of another team you haven't mentioned that could genuinely just say, I'm putting this here, and they will take it.
Who?
And it's this year.
Who?
OKC's pick this year.
Bro, fuck.
Oh my
God. Bro, shut up, my nigga. Shut up.
Yo.
Oh my fuck.
OKC's not doing it, bro.
Because they could get. Don't they have
but they
the
don't
Pelicans' first round pick, and they package it with Ricochet as well?
Could they do something like that? Ricochet of talent that is wanted around the league is not as high. Like, yeah, they have some picks that they can move and young players, but the Spurs have players that, like, quite literally everyone wants.
Yeah.
Everyone wants either Dylan Harper or Stephon Castle. Everyone
Yep.
would want the draft capital that they have. Everyone would want Vassell or Keldon John. Like, those are just players that people would want. No one is not lining up for Ricochet. And also, let me just take it a step further as well. Another reason why some teams are not really in the realm of like a power forward or just another big, because they know Anthony Davis is going to be moved as well. Yeah. So, like, the whole thing about Chicago, from my
I don't have that much faith
Chicago
in AD, though. I'm going to be honest.
But that is something that is very much so on the table. They're trying to get Anthony Davis.
I'm not going to lie. If Chicago gets AD, no troll, right?
Don't.
And they're able to keep a good piece of the core, are they like a contending team?
Fuck no.
I think they are. Especially when Giannis leaves.
Fuck no, they're not. Fuck no, they're not. I think y'all think a contending team is a team that contends in the East. Yeah, with the fucking Celtics injured, the Pacers injured. I don't think that team even... Bro, that team's not doing nothing, bro. I don't even think that team beats the Knicks, man. Like,
depending on what the rest of that team looks like, yes, I think they are. But
no, bro.
At the end of the day,
none of these niggas are playoff proven. Kobe White, Josh Giddey, Zealous, no, nigga. Like, no.
What I'm trying to say is that when people are doing these like trades, and we'll do it like later on, you'll have to understand what Milwaukee's going to get in return. Milwaukee is a team where AJ Green and Ryan Rollins are their two most promising players, and they have no draft capital because they moved it all effectively for the Dame trade and for Drew as well. So they don't have anything to look forward to. So whatever they receive, it needs to be a young player that they have some form of a feeling will be able to be there for a long period of time, or at least a package, as well as at bare minimum one quality draft pick. That's what they need. And
all right, we're gonna call it there. It's about to end. Yeah, the Buck is realistically the only team they're fucking going to is gonna be the Spurs. The Spurs might try and lowball them because they know that they're desperate and that Giannis wants to leave, so they might use that to their advantage. But if I'm the Spurs, bro, I think that you pairing Giannis aside Wemby, that's the most dominant like power forward and center punch we've seen. Like, I want to say the most dominant before that was DeMarcus Cousins and AD, and them niggas were just getting injured and shit, and we didn't really get to see them reach their full potential, and then fucking DeMarcus Cousins tore his Achilles. But like David Robinson and Tim Duncan is different. Like David Robinson was so old and washed at that point. Like this front court would like be fucked. I don't even really know how like the like I don't see Shet and Hartenstein really being able to defend against them niggas, bro. But yeah.
Something, baby, I like just how you blushing. And maybe we could bust it at the function. Turn nothing to something. Wish you could just see the horrors of my life may upbring.